It's July 29, 2026. I'm Oliver Pichardo Espaillat. All his sketches tonight on Instagram. All his sketches too on Twitter X. All his sketches tonight studio on YouTube. All his sketches tonight on TikTok. Dear Director of U.S. National Intelligence, Mr. J. Clayton. It's important that you urgently and immediately inform the State Department Secretary Marco Rubio, the former senator of Florida, bilingual, that it's unsafe for Americans to travel to the Dominican Republic because there's no police department there and there's no justice there. Andrés Pumarol Fernandez is a dangerous hacker, rapist, and murder assassin. The Dominican people are living in unsafe conditions when there's a murder, an assassin, a hacker, a rapist, that the evidence of his crime was on TV. On the TV show Nuria on Color Visión, that his crime was on video, that he murdered somebody, he assassinated somebody. For 2 hours, there were two people in an apartment, their neighbors. 70-year-old woman Yolanda Ivone Handala Bugabil is dead. Her maid, her nurse, her caretaker, her friend, Maria Teresa Fabian, was severely injured by Andrés Pumarol Fernandez. We're talking about a dangerous person, Andrés Pumarol Fernandez. This is dangerous because they are in golf, they are in TV, they are in the restaurant business, they are in the tobacco business, they are in the church business, they are in the therapy business, they are in the proctology business, they are in the lawyer business. The Pumarol family. And they have a family member and a longtime business partner, Andrés Pumarol Fernandez, who's guilty of murder, homicide, and assassination with 2 knives. Mass stabbing is terrorism, especially if he did it against the sister of an assistant to the First Lady of the Dominican Republic. So we're talking about somebody that doesn't care about anything, doesn't care about the laws that protects the Dominican people, doesn't care about the laws that protects members of the government. If he does it against the members of the government of the Dominican Republic, imagine what he could do in the United States if he travels to Florida for a golf event and there's a Donald Trump playing golf in Florida, or there's George Bush playing golf in Texas. Imagine the consequences of inaction, of not doing anything when American voters and American citizens that are concerned about foreigners that committed a crime overseas. And there's language by senators, including Marco Rubio, talking years ago about crimes with no name of the criminal. You know, when a senator accuses a person of hacking, but he doesn't say the name of the person, it's the job of American citizens to call that senator or to call that State Department secretary and inform what's the name of that criminal. And I inform Marco Rubio who's the name of that criminal. It's Andrés Pumarol Fernandez. He's very dangerous. And by the way, his cousin, the language of his cousin is not professional comedy. It's not. It's his lifestyle, his real life stories. Marcelo Hernandez, the employee of Saturday Night Live and Netflix, would talk about his life stories, like, and people would think it's a joke, but it's not a joke. It's reality. It's reality when there are facts and there's proof there was a murder in the Dominican Republic. There was a homicide, an assassination, a mass stabbing event. You know, 5 people got injured, 1 got killed. And by the way, Andrés Pumarol Fernandez murdered, assassinated a dog, a little pet, a dog, a little dog. So it's a crime. We have rights protecting animals in America. We have rights protecting humans in America. If this person is a Floridian, has a home in Florida, how come his home and his American bank account has not been taken away by the State Department Secretary? How come his passport and citizenship has not been taken away by the State Department Secretary? Mr. J. Clayton, it's important for you to fight. Whenever there was a confirmation hearing and a member of the cabinet, President Donald Trump, was confirmed, I contacted them. I hope you're not the one sitting at the bench that refuses to grab the bat and hit a home run. Mr. Clayton, I hope you're the one when your manager tells you to go and hit a grand slam in the 9th inning, you know, in a game that the team is losing, and you are the bat to hit the home run, the grand slam, to make the score 4-3 instead of 3-0. So can you give the score? Can you change the score 4-3 and win the game? For the American people, for the Dominican people, it's the job of the State Department Secretary to protect the human rights of foreigners, to make sure there's no corruption going on, to make sure the citizens know about their right to vote, their right to protest, their right for there to be a police department, their right for there to be a justice system, their right for there to go on the news and have interviews and complain, the right for them to go to the embassy, because we're talking about a Floridian, Cuban, and Marco Rubio has spoken strong language against Cubans, that they are state sponsor of terrorism. This is a serious accusation by Marco Rubio, the State Department Secretary, that still refuses to do action. Mr. J. Clayton, it's important for you to do action and hit a grand slam in the 9th inning for the American people and for the world. We don't want more hackers. We don't want more rapists. We don't want more assassins in this world. As you can see, I can freely travel Planet Fitness, but I would be scared to travel to any gym in the Dominican Republic. You know why? Because they got no TVs at the gym. And I have looked on Instagram to many accounts, and they got no TVs at the gym in the Dominican Republic. They're creating monsters over there. And I try to reach the government of the Dominican Republic, but they don't listen. They don't listen. And it's disgusting. Justice is disgusting in the Dominican Republic. And it's your right and the duty of the President of the United States, real Donald Trump, to make sure justices and police department overseas are working, because these people travel to the United States. And when I'm talking about a situation that I have missing families, you know, it's really disappointing and scary knowing that Andrés Pumarol Fernandez could have killed my sister, that Andrés Pumarol Fernandez could have killed my brother, or could have killed my cousins, or could have killed my aunts and uncles. You know, it's really sad and depressing to know that fact. Yeah. So when fans at the stadium in Citi Field or Yankee Stadium are depressed, looking at the score, it says 0-3. The team is losing. We're about to go home. This is the 9th inning. and then you are called to the plate, it's your duty and your responsibility that was given by your manager, President Donald Trump, to hit a grand slam and to take us home. All 4 bases you gotta run, and you gotta celebrate with your teammates at home plate, and they're gonna throw Gatorade at you to celebrate. All right? Gatorade.